you guys? My name is Selena and today's gonna be a new video just sharing with you guys all the gear that I use to make all of my videos. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about some other options of what I think would be good cameras for beginners, or yeah, just all my thoughts on cameras and just showing you guys my gear. And also I'm going to talk a little bit about how to afford your gear. So let's just dive right into the video. Okay, so first off, let's just get this out of the way. Let's start off with what I'm filming with right now. I'm filming with my Sony A7s Mark II, and this camera is amazing in low light. It shoots in 4K and it's a full frame camera. It has that full frame look. I love the camera, it's great. I think a new one came out actually, the Sony A7R Mark III, and a lot of the prices are really low for the A7s Mark II and the A7R Mark II because that new camera came out, and I think a A7S III is coming out soon. So you can get one of these cameras for a lot cheaper than I bought it for. But another option might be to get a Panasonic GH5. I've heard a lot of good things about that camera. The one thing that doesn't do that this camera does is shoot really good in low light, but you can shoot 120 frames per second in 4K. There's a flip out screen if you're a vlogger, and it's a lot cheaper than this camera, I think. So that might be another good option for you. But yeah, and with this camera, I have the Sony f2 28mm lens. It's a good lens. Honestly, I think something's wrong with my lens because some of my pictures aren't like sharp on the edges. I think it's just this lens that I bought, like something's wrong with this lens, which is super unfortunate. But I really like this lens for video, and it's a really cheap lens. It's about $500, I believe, and it's good because I got the Sony A7S II and that was really expensive, so I wanted to get a cheaper lens that would be still really good quality. The next camera that I have is the GoPro Hero 5 Black. It is a great camera. It has a touch screen. I love that I can change like the settings and the frame rates and easily shoot time lapses. This is a great GoPro. GoPros for me are a necessity because I live in Hawaii half the year and I need those underwater shots, and like you can also vlog a little with this, which is really good. So yeah, I really like this GoPro. I used to have the GoPro Session, I believe, and honestly don't purchase that. I feel like it's not super strong because mine broke down after like 6 months or something. You can't even look at the screen in that, which sucks, but that's a cheap option. I know it's like $150 right now to get a Session, so you might want to check that out. Also, there's a new GoPro Hero 6, and honestly, the GoPro Hero 3 Black or the 4 Black are already good cameras. You don't really have to get the latest and greatest version. Honestly, the upgrades from the 5 to the 6 isn't that big of a difference either. But yeah, I really like my GoPro. I always need a GoPro, and I started off filming using a GoPro when I was like in 7th grade, so I love GoPros. Okay, now with the GoPros, I have like a bunch of accessories. I have this, I have like a head strap, a chest strap, and I got this pack online on Amazon. I can leave it in the description. Everything I will mention is gonna be left in the description, but the pack, this is not the only thing that comes in it. The pack is really good, but like it's like knockoff, so they're not the best quality. I don't recommend using the wrist strap because that made me lose my GoPro while surfing, but I like that I can have that mount, and like it comes with the head strap and the chest mount, which are good to have. If you want to get like a bunch of accessories for your GoPro, I recommend going to that Amazon product page. Okay, next let's talk about my drone. So I have the DJI Mavic Pro. It is an amazing drone. I love it. I only got it like 2 months or a month ago or something. I love this drone because it is so small. Like I can literally take it anywhere. Like it's so easy to just carry, and it's really light. I just love that I can take it anywhere. I used to have a DJI Phantom 3 standard, and it was not the best drone. I don't recommend getting that drone. I mean, it's a really cheap drone now, I know, but it doesn't really go super far. And the DJI, like all of the bigger drones, like the Phantom 3, the Phantom 4, like they're all big and not fun to carry. I love that I can carry this around, especially since I like go hiking and traveling a lot. Okay, now another accessory I have is my Joby Gorilla Pod that you're on right now. I don't have a tripod, and I don't necessarily need one because honestly I love just carrying around my Joby because it can attach to like anything, and it's good because I can do time lapses in places. And then with my Sony A7s Mark II, I have a Rode Videomic Pro. I don't use it super often because I'm not like a vlogger or anything, but I use it for these talking sequences, and if I'm shooting a short film and I want some sound outside, Rode Videomic Pro does a good job. And just having a mic is nice to have, and yeah, this is the most famous mic I think a lot of YouTubers use. Okay, next up I have my MacBook Pro 13-inch 2015 version. Is a Retina display. It has a 2.7 gigahertz, don't know how to say that, but Intel Core i5 graphics card, I believe. And it has 8 gigabytes RAM. So 8 gigabytes RAM, honestly, if you're looking to get a laptop, don't get 8 gigabytes because it's very little bit. And also buy extra storage, because I think I had like 128 gigabytes of storage on this thing, which was not good because I'd always have to clean out stuff and I'd always be left with like 8 gigabytes, which is not fun. But this is a really, really good laptop. I love Apple products. Moving on from a laptop, I recently got a new iMac. I got an iMac 27-inch. It's not the new iMac Pro, it's just a regular iMac. It's an iMac 27-inch. It had 8 gigabytes, but I upgraded it to 40 gigabytes by adding 32 gigabytes by myself. I didn't buy it from Apple because Apple overcharges you for that. So yeah, I have it. I honestly haven't been like really editing with it, so I don't really know how amazing it is, but I'm sure it's gonna be amazing because it's just coming from my laptop and editing tutorials and screen recording and trying to make like videos on my laptop. This is gonna be way better. Plus I can edit videos in 4K or like downscale it to 1080, which I'm so excited about because all of my cameras shoot in 4K, but I can't utilize it because my laptop just can't handle 4K. The hard drive that I use is the Seagate hard drives. The brand is Seagate, and I know it's really popular. One thing that kind of bugs me is that the cords for these hard drives, they kind of break often. I don't know, they're really fragile. I had to get a new one like 3 times for my other hard drive, but this hard drive is working a lot better. Okay, so that is all of my current gear. Before I had the Sony A7s Mark II, I used to have a Canon Rebel T3i. I still actually have it. Everyone asks me what camera I recommend to people that are just starting out, and I recommend getting a Canon Rebel, I think the T5i, because the T3i no longer exists. That's the camera I recommend because it's just a good photo video, like it's just a good starting off camera and it's super duper affordable. And yeah, it worked great for me. I used it for like 2-3 years, I'm not sure. I've also heard amazing things about the Sony A6500 or the A6300. You can look into those, but you can shoot in 4K, I believe, on the Sony A6500, which is pretty good because it's like a lot more affordable than this camera. Okay, so that's like all my gear. It's not like so much like, you know, more bigger YouTubers, but it works super great for me. I love like all the gear that I have. The only thing I might like want to buy now is just like a new lens, but everything else I'm like super stoked on. I love like all my gear. I wanted to talk a little bit about how I bought all my gear. Some of these things actually my parents helped me out, but a lot of these things I also bought by myself. I bought my drone all by myself and my GoPro, Joby by myself. The Sony camera, I paid a third of the price. I paid like $1,000 for it. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about making money. I make my money personally through YouTube and creating LUTs and editing other people's videos. But earlier last year, I started getting into more of a business, like getting into business and all that stuff. And there's actually a whole thing about like Amazon and selling on Amazon and like drop shipping, and there's like, you could learn so much about it, and there's a lot of money to be made in that area. I tried to get a little bit into that last year. I made some money from like selling on Amazon in like FBA. I don't know if you guys understand this stuff. There's like a lot of stuff you can make money from with Amazon, and like buying and selling stuff on eBay can also be really good for you. So that was like a little bit of how I made some of my money earlier last year. But then I moved on from that because I was bored of that, and I started this channel, and then I started to make money from editing videos. Starting a YouTube channel is really hard. I actually have a video on how you can grow your YouTube channel, but you can make money on YouTube. You can really, YouTube is a business, honestly. You can monetize your channel, and you can also sell stuff to people and just like get more opportunities, honestly, from YouTube. Like I've gotten a lot more opportunities of people wanting me to like make videos for them, and it's just cool. But yeah, I know all of us here are probably video makers, so another way I suggest you can get some opportunities is like maybe posting like ads on Craigslist. But Craigslist is not for you if you're living in a sort of sketchy area though. Like I did it in Hawaii, and like I got like a wedding shoot opportunity, but like you gotta be able to like trust the people that you're working with. But there's also other websites. You can go to like freelance.org, I believe, and you can do like stuff on Fiverr. A lot of people maybe want graphic design or like for you to edit their videos. So you can try to look into getting opportunities from websites that people are desperate for stuff and they'll pay really like cheap for like, you know, average quality stuff. Like I know on Fiverr you can pay like $5 and you can have someone edit your video, which is like you wouldn't expect really high quality work, so you can kind of be lazy with it and you can make a lot of money. Yeah, I don't know too much about that stuff, but you can really look into all this stuff. These are just some suggestions for you. Yeah, I hope I kind of help you guys out. I have all the links of the products I have talked about in the description, and I also have a kit account, so if you guys know what that is, you can see all of my gear, all of my older gear, because I had my Canon and a whole different setup before this one. So yeah, let me know if you guys like this video. Comment below your gear and like stuff that you might recommend for me to look into. I really actually love learning about cameras and new gear, so yeah. And so leave comments below if you have any questions, or even talk about some of your dream gear. Because I know for me, I want the Canon 1DX. That's a lot of people's dream camera. Yeah, but I really don't need anything. I'm super duper happy with the gear I have. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. And I'm about to read 250 pages of a book and it's due by tomorrow. So wish me luck and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.